Today, we're going to be talking about why you should start composting for anybody who's wondering. Number one, introduction to composting. Basically, this is just the introduction to the video. The subtitles are basically talking about understanding the types of composting, the environmental impact, and the importance. The presenter is me, Doge, and the date is 7/17/2024. Number one, what is composting? The definition of composting is the natural process of recycling organic matter such as leaves and food scraps into a valuable fertilizer that can enrich soil and plants. The process is organic materials are broken down by microorganisms with the presence of oxygen, which is anaerobic composting, or without oxygen is anaerobic composting. On this diagram, browns are carbon rich and greens are nitrogen rich, which equal compost. And these are the microorganisms, earthworms, insects, stuff like that. And then the microorganisms. These are macro and these are micro. Bacteria, fungi, microbes. Types of composting. Aerobic composting uses oxygen-loving bacteria, requires turning to provide oxygen, and produces rich, dark compost quickly. Anaerobic composting occurs without oxygen. It's a slower process and can produce odors. Done in sealed containers or large piles. And lastly, vermicomposting. The type that we're using uses worms to break down organic matter, produces nutrient-rich worm castings, ideal for small-scale composting, like in homes. And on here, it talks about the types of compost. A lot of these down here. I'm not sure you can see everything. It's a little small, but yeah, those are the three main types of compost that we're talking about today. So the environmental impact for all of you scientists and people who are wanting to take data on the environmental impact of composting, here you are. It reduces landfill waste and it diverts organic waste from landfills, reducing methane emissions, which is a type of greenhouse gas that can cause very bad effects on our planet, like causing a hole in the ozone layer. So, yeah, that is definitely something to look into. It enhances soil health. It adds nutrients and organic matter to the soil, improving its structure and fertility. That way we can keep the production going and we can keep living, because those crops on the farms in agriculture, that topsoil is starting to get removed with like persistent farming, and they just keep going and going on it, and then the topsoil just gets removed. So that's why composting can really help replace that topsoil and improve its structure. That way it isn't so brittle and it doesn't just fade right out of the picture and then we lose crops. Then, climate change mitigation. Composting sequesters carbon in the soil, helping to reduce greenhouse gases. And right here, it talks about how composting combats climate crisis. Avoids waste outcomes with high emissions, like methane. Enhances soil quality, right there. Enhances soil health, everything like that. And climate change, which is the sequesters carbon and keeps it into the soil, which in turn is carbon and capture, but with composting. And it stops greenhouse gases from being emitted into the atmosphere, which in turn helps our planet become less warm, less hot, and we don't have to have those 116-degree weathers if you just help compost. The importance of composting. The sustainability. Composting is a key practice in sustainable waste management, just like we talked earlier. Soil and plant health. A rich soil supports healthier plant growth and biodiversity, which all those pretty flowers that you see in those fields, they wouldn't be there if soil wasn't there. And what makes soil? Composting. Composting equals soil. Soil equals pretty plants and flowers and vegetation for our survival as a human race. So, very, very important. Future survival. Reducing landfill waste and improving soil health are crucial for the health of our planet and future generations. Just like I said, very dependent. We are very dependent on these plants and on this soil and on the vegetation. It's an interdependence, and we all know it. We all know we need it. So why not start composting today? Our mission and your support. Green Cycle Compost Community. Our goal is to keep food waste out of the landfills by collecting it from restaurants and turning it into value compost. Our support and updates. Your support means a lot, like so much to us. We'll keep you updated every day on our progress and achievements. Our product on compost is coming soon. The expectancy arrival is late 2024 to early 2025, so stay tuned. And you can find my contacts right here. Instagram at DogePaint, Twitter /X at nom872218825315. And at Gmail, dogepaints@gmail.com. Everything is lowercase. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and I really hope you have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.